Hi and welcome to your practice today. I'm super excited to be guiding you through today's class, mostly focusing on our hips and hamstrings today. So maybe just taking a block or two blocks, just have them near your mat. If you're not using blocks today, books are perfect, boxes are perfect, anything that's a little bit more elevated than the ground and sturdy enough to bear a little bit of weight on. And then I'm also sitting on a bolster right now. You might have a bolster available to you, otherwise a cushion is perfect, or you can sit on one of your blocks or alternative to blocks. Just taking a comfortable seat, place your hands somewhere on your legs, roll back your shoulders, drop them down away from your head, and then closing off the eyes. So just starting to notice your breath. Where is the breath going when you breathe in through your nose? Can you feel it in your heart space? Can you feel it around your rib cage? Can you feel it going down into your belly and pelvis? And then what's happening on your exhalation? Draw the tummy in towards your spine. Allow your heart space to drop, your shoulders to drop, your legs to ground. And then when you feel the urge to breathe again, breathing in through the nose, filling up your lungs. Lifting your chest, straightening your spine. Exhale, release your breath out. So just going for 5 more breaths, just like this, breathing in and letting your breath go. Inhale for 4. Exhale to release. Inhale for 3. Exhale, empty your lungs. Inhale 2. Exhale, release your breath out. And then last breath here together. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, release your breath out. Take your palms together in front of your heart space, thumbs against your chest. Inhale here first. And then exhale, drop your chin down towards your fingers. Thank yourself for rolling out your mat today. Thank yourself for joining this practice. Thank your body, thank your mind, thank your breath. Setting an intention for your practice. So how would you like to feel? What's the reason for you being here? So setting your intention that you'll put energy into this practice in order to feel something throughout the practice or towards the end of the practice. Your why, your reason for being here today. Allow a word or a sentence to just circulate in your mind for a moment. And then blinking your eyes open, raise your gaze. So we'll just come onto our hands and knees into tabletop position. If you'd like to place a cushion or a blanket underneath the knees at this point, go ahead and do that. And then starting with some cat-cows, drop the tummy down, lift your chin, take a breath in. Exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin into your chest. Inhale for cow pose. Exhale for cat. One more breath together here. Inhale, arch the back. Exhale to round the spine. And then inhale, coming into your neutral tabletop position. Bring the knees closer together. Straighten your left leg. Lift it off the floor. Take a breath in. And then exhale, open it out towards the left side. So keeping it nice and straight. Inhale back to center, back behind you. And then exhale over towards the right side. Inhale to center. Exhale, kick it out. Inhale, center. Exhale towards the right. 2 more times. And then bring the knees back together. We'll do that on the other side. So picking up the right leg this time, extending it backwards, take a breath in. And then exhale, open it out towards the right side. Inhale back behind you. Exhale over towards the left. Inhale to center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. 2 more times, just like that. Bring the leg back to center, knees on the ground, tuck your toes, lift your hips towards the sky, plant your palms on the floor, and just starting to pedal out your legs one at a time. Nod your head yes, shake it no. Push your palms flat into the floor and push your mat forward with the hands. Lift up out of your shoulders, lift your hips away from your shoulders. Keep going with those movements in the legs. And then we're just going to bring our feet towards the edges of our mat, turn the toes outwards. When you feel ready, start to walk your hands towards the back of your mat, hanging over the legs once you arrive there, bending through the knees. Option 2, hold on to opposite elbows, or maybe you're just dangling the arms towards the ground. And you can stay still, or we're starting to sway gently through the hips, through the legs, moving from side to side. You can do a similar thing with the head, maybe nodding it or shaking it. Just relaxing in your fold. And then coming to lift up halfway, either with your hands on the ground or your hands on your shins. Hips press back, head presses forward. Take a breath in. On the exhale, bring your hands once again towards the ground. Turn your toes out a little bit more if needed, and we'll sit down in between the heels. So bringing our hips down into Malasana. You can keep your hands on the floor. Maybe you're starting to move the knees from side to side or move the hips, just giving your hips a little bit of a wiggle out in any way that feels good. I like to shift my upper body a little bit more forward to bring more movement, more freedom of movement through the lower body. And your heels can be on the floor here, or maybe they're off the floor. Again, I find that if I lean my upper body forward, it gives me a bit more stability in the lower body, and maybe a little bit more space for the heels to come down towards the ground. So either way is perfect. From here, we're going to start to walk towards the top of our mat, staying in this shape more or less. One foot comes forward, followed by the other one. These are frog walks. So come towards the front of your mat, and then we'll meet in our Malasana, this time at the front of our mat. So this time, perhaps you're keeping your hands on the ground like before. Maybe you'd like to take your palms together, just gently press your elbows into the insides of the knees. Lift up through your heart, press your hips towards your calves. Take one last breath here. And then we're gonna reach upwards, so explode upwards, find our standing position at the front of our mat. Either you're going to bring your legs together, or your legs are going to be hip-width distance apart, so underneath your hips. Press your hips forward, shoulders back, hands are nice and active in Tadasana. Reach up towards the sky as you breathe in. Exhale, fold forward, bend your knees, drop your head. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, step it back into plank. Travel all the way down to the ground. Untuck your toes. If you need a bit more space for your back, you can open your feet a little bit wider. Roll your shoulders back, lift your heart space off the floor. Just keep your shoulders dropped down away from your ears, elbows bent and in. Last breath here. And then exhale, lower down. Tuck your toes, lift up, find your downward facing dog. And then we'll just take 3 breaths here in downward facing dog. If at any moment we're in downward facing dog and you prefer to drop your knees down towards the floor into tabletop or child's pose, just go ahead and do that. So always listening to the body, always noticing it, how it's feeling today, energy levels, sensations, everything. Just keeping everything in your mind, noticing every little sensation and feeling that your body gives you. Look forward, come up onto your tippy toes. Inhale to walk or step to the top of our mat. Come to lift up halfway once you arrive, straight spine, bend your knees, fold forward over your legs, breathe out. And then inhale all the way to the sky, taking your hands with you. Drop your hands down on your exhale and alongside your hips. So let's do 2 more times just like that. Breathing in, lift up. Breathing out, fold forward. Inhale halfway. Exhale for plank. Come down. Untuck your toes. Inhale, find your back bend. And then exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths in downward dog. If you feel the need to readjust your feet, you can do that. Maybe you step a little bit more forward. Press your palms forward into the ground, lift up out of your hips. Last breath here in downward dog. Look forward, come up onto your tippy toes. Inhale to walk, step or jump to the top of your mat. Come to lift up halfway once you arrive. Exhale, allow yourself to fold forward. And then inhale, come to rise, standing in Tadasana. Let's do that one more time. Inhale to lift your arms. Exhale to fold. Inhale halfway. Exhale for plank. Move through your Vinyasa and then take your back bend, breathing in. Exhale, flip your feet, downward dog. And then we'll stay here for 3 breaths. So we're really looking for this length in your spine. And we can achieve more length in the spine by bending the knees a little bit more. Press your hips upwards and backwards. And then look forward. Walk, step or jump to the top of your mat. Halfway lift on arrival. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, take your hands up towards the sky. And then exhale, drop your hands down next to your hips. So we'll do the same thing as before. So moving through that sun salutation A, meeting in downward facing dog, and then we'll practice some more of our standing sequence from there. Lift the hands up on your inhale. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale halfway. Exhale, find your plank. Move through your Vinyasa all the way down or halfway. Take your back bend, breathing in, open your chest. Exhale, find your downward facing dog. Readjust your feet. So this time bring the feet together. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Last one. Right leg lifts to the sky, breathing in as it lifts up. Exhale, knee to nose, look in between your hands. Step your right foot there, in between the hands at the top of your mat. And then take your left heel towards the ground. Bend your right knee. Inhale for warrior 1. Lift your hands up towards the sky. Lift your chest. On your exhale, we're going to straighten the right leg. Take your arms back behind you. Fold forward over that right leg. Inhale, bend your knee. Warrior 1. And then moving through this flow, exhale, fold forward, straight leg, active pyramid. One more time, inhale, right knee bends, warrior 1. Exhale for your active pyramid pose, staying here for a little bit longer. So pull your hands towards the back of your mat, heart space, moving in line with your mat as well, forward. And then exhale, maybe there's a little bit of room for the tummy to come down towards that right thigh. Well done. Start to bend into your right knee. Take your hands towards your heart center. Come onto the toes of your back foot and then shift the weight into your right leg. Hop forward into warrior 3. If you need a moment just to align yourself, maybe you drop your left toes down first and then pick them back up into warrior 3. You can do that. And we're just thinking about stretching the left foot away from the top of our head. Find your drishti underneath the nose. Take one last breath here. And then come into stork pose. So left knee comes towards the sky. We're standing still on that right leg. Left knee into our chest. Take a breath in. Exhale, drop your left foot down to the ground. Inhale, pick it back up. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. 3 more times. Exhale, lower it down. Well done. Keep your eyes on your drishti. 2 more. Breathing in, lift your knee. Exhale, drop it down. Inhale, last one, lift the knee. Exhale to lower. This time pick up the knee and we're going to hold it here. So option 2, just keep the knee bent. Maybe you'd like to hold on to the knee with your hands, or you're starting to straighten the left leg, pushing the heel out in front of you. Can you pick up the toes a little bit more? Just doing your best. Pushing and lifting up out of your right hip as well, not dropping into it. Last 2 breaths here in this extended leg pose. And then bend your left knee, take a breath in. On your exhale, shift your upper body forward, press your left leg backward, find warrior 3 again. Option to stay in warrior 3 here, or we're going to just bring our hands back towards our hips. We're still looking at our drishti. This is an aeroplane pose, this variation of warrior 3. And then maybe starting to lean forward with your upper body as you lift your left leg towards the sky. So active standing split. Option to stay here, or start to drop your hands down towards the ground, or here's perfect opportunity to use your blocks underneath your hands. And we're continuing to fold forward over the right leg. Keep your eyes on your right toe, lift your left leg with the strength of the left leg towards the sky. So really keeping the left leg really nice and straight. Option also to hold on to your right leg with your right hand and use it to help you fold forward a little bit more over the right leg. We'll take one last breath here. And then starting to lower the left leg hip width distance apart away from the right foot at the top of your mat. Take a breath in, lift up halfway here. And then exhale, either holding onto your calves, your ankles, or your big toes as you fold over the legs. 5 breaths like this. So inhale, lengthen your spine, head comes towards the ground. Exhale, tummy and rib cage coming in towards your legs. Shift the weight forward towards the toes a little bit more. Relax your shoulders. Last breath here like this. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, drop your hands, step or jump back into plank, and then move through your vinyasa all the way down or halfway down. Take an inhale, find your back bend. Take an exhale, come into downward facing dog. And we'll find 3 breaths here in downward facing dog. So feet are hip width distance apart. Spread your fingers, put your palms forward into your mat. Perfect. From here, we're going to just start to bring our feet together. Let's get ready to do those poses on the other side. So when you feel ready, left leg lifts to the sky. Inhale as it goes. Exhale, knee to nose. Look forward in between your hands. Step your left foot there. Ground your right heel. Get ready for warrior 1. Left knee is bent. Breathing in, arms reach up. Breathing out, straighten your left leg. Active pyramid, reach back with the arms. Inhale, bend your knee. Warrior 1, hands overhead. Exhale, reach back with the arms, fold forward. Spread your left toes. One more time. Inhale, warrior 1. Exhale, active pyramid. Staying here a little bit longer. So heart space, collarbone, reach forward. Folding over this left leg, pull your left hip back. Drop your shoulders, reach them back. Plug your right heel into the ground. Well done, almost there. And then bending into your left knee, come onto the toes of your right foot. Get ready to take flight. So right leg finds the air, comes off the mat for our warrior 3 variation. Staying here, find your drishti. And then when you feel ready, find your stork. Inhale with the right knee up to the chest. Find your balance, you got it. And then exhale, drop the right foot to the ground. You can take your hands towards your heart space or keep them alongside your side. Inhale, the knee comes to the sky. And then exhale, we drop it down again. Inhale, right knee up. Exhale, drop it down. 2 more times. Inhale, knee up. Exhale to lower. Inhale up. Exhale to lower. Well done. This time knee comes towards the sky. Option to hold it here with your hands. Option to hold it here with your hands, or go hands free, or you're starting to straighten the right leg, kick the right leg out in front of you. Find your drishti, keep lifting the toes. For 3, for 2, well done, and 1. Warrior 3, when you're ready, press your right heel back behind you, lower the upper body for a moment. We're going to take our hands back towards the hips here, and then breathing in. Option to stay as you are, or start to fold forward with the upper body. Right leg kicks up towards the sky. So you can point your right toes here. And then maybe we stay here in this active variation, or drop the hands towards the ground, lift the right leg towards the sky. Maybe you keep both hands on the floor on your blocks, or you can take your left hand around your ankle, around your calf. So looking towards your left big toe here, real kicking the right leg up towards the sky still for our last 2 breaths. So long breath in, slow breath out. And then dropping the right foot down next to the left, just hip width distance apart. Breathing in, lifting up halfway. Breathing out, folding forward. Drop your head down. Come towards the toes. Bring the weight forward towards the toes. Drop your head. Lead with your heart. So still trying to tilt the pelvis forward in order for us to lengthen our spine. And then inhale to lengthen, lift up halfway with our flat spine. Exhale, coming into our plank. Moving through your vinyasa, or coming directly into downward facing dog. And we'll meet in downward facing dog, taking 3 breaths here. So long breath in. Slow breath out, well done. Amazing. Bring the feet together again. Lifting the right leg up towards the sky. Take a breath in 3-legged dog. On the exhale, knee to nose, look forward. Step your right foot in between your hands. Again, plug your left heel into the ground. This time, lift up with both legs straight. Left arm comes back, right hand comes forward. We'll come into Trikonasana. So reach the right hand forward on your inhale. And then exhale, right hand comes down towards the inside of our right calf, left arm to the sky. On your inhale, come back up. And then left arm to back leg, flip your front palm to the sky, reach up first. And then exhale, lean back. So opening up our right side body. So moving with our breath, breathing in, reach forward. Breathing out, this active Trikonasana. Inhale, press through the feet, come up. Exhale, lean back. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, active triangle. Inhale, come back up. And then exhale, reach up and back into reversed triangle pose. Breathing in, come back to center. On our exhale, we're just going to turn all 10 toes to face the left corners of our mat. Take your hands onto your hips, take a breath in, lifting up. And then exhale, sink our way down into our goddess pose. Breathing in, explode upwards, reach up. And then exhale, sit back down. Inhale, one more time. Exhale, goddess. Perfect. Stay here for a little bit longer. You can rest your hands on your knees. You can take your goddess arms. You can keep the hands up towards the sky if you prefer, just seeing what feels the best for you. Can you sit down a little bit lower? Let's see. Well done. And then inhale, lift ourselves back up. Look towards the top of our mat. Step back into plank. Take a breath in plank. Lower down on your exhale. Untuck your toes. Breathing in, opening your chest. Breathing out for downward facing dog. And then 3 breaths here in downward facing dog. Inhaling long, slow breath in. Exhaling long, soft, releasing breath out. Bring the feet together if you haven't done so already. And then left leg lifts to the sky. Take a breath in. Exhale, bend your knee, look forward, step forward. Right heel is planted on the ground this time. Inhale with straight legs, come up, right hand back, left hand forward. Find your balance first. Reach forward with the left hand, and then exhale, left arm comes down, right hand comes up. Inhale, come back to center. Flip your front palm, exhale, reversed Trikonasana. Inhale, back to center, reach forward. Exhale, triangle. And then one more time, breathing in. Exhale, reverse it. Last time, both poses. Inhale, move forward. And exhale, come back. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, turn your toes to face the corners of your mat again. Take your hands onto your hips. This time, instead of turning the toes to face the corners, we're just going to turn them slightly inwards. Hands on your hips, reach up halfway, take a breath in, and then exhale, fold forward. Take your hands onto your mat so they end up underneath your shoulders. Lift up halfway once you arrive, breathing in. And then exhale, fold forward over the legs, drop your head. So option to keep your hands where they are, or we're going to bring them back in line with our heels. Maybe you're holding onto your ankles or your big toes. So our head is going to come down towards the ground. We're bringing a little bit more weight towards the toes. Our hips lift high. We're looking underneath the head or in between the legs, you decide. And we'll take 2 more breaths here. Take your hands underneath the shoulders, breathing in. Then turn your toes to the corners of your mat again. And we're just starting to bend through our left knee. Inhale, press the hips back up, straighten the legs. Exhale, bend the right knee this time. So just mini Skandasanas. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, bend the left knee. You can also use a block or a bolster underneath your hands, just to give you a little bit more height as you move from side to side. Each time, see if we can get a little bit lower in the knees, bending a little bit more, until we find that we're at a point where we're going to drop down into Skandasana. So next time you're bending into your left knee, continuing to bend, lift your right foot towards the sky. Maybe the left heel stays on the ground. Maybe it lifts off the floor. Either is perfect. You can also sit on your bolster or sit on your block. And let's stay here for a couple of moments. So you can press your left arm towards the inside of the left knee, just opening that left knee outwards, just like in Malasana. And we'll stay for 1 more breath. Press into your hands. Inhale, lift your hips. And then exhale, bend the right knee. Same thing as before, just the opposite leg. Come down into your Skandasana on this side. So pressing your right arm towards the inside of that right leg. Lift your heart space, press your hips into your calf. And then bring your hands towards the ground. Once again, lift your hips towards the sky, look towards the front of your mat. Step back into your plank. Come down. Find your back bend, breathing in. And exhale, finding your child's pose. So just pressing your hips back towards your heels, drop your forehead down to the ground. And relax here. So you can have a narrow child's pose, maybe you're in a wider child's pose. Finding your breath
elongating it, just giving yourself some time. Alrighty.
So coming up into tabletop position, step your right foot towards the outside of your right hand, coming into lizard just for a moment. And then we're going to find that Skandasana again, just in a different entry point. So we start to turn our right toes towards the top left corner of our mat. Start to turn your back foot towards the back of your mat. Drop down into this right knee. And then open your right arm out towards the top of your mat. So we're pressing it towards the inside of the right knee. Inhale, lift the left arm to the sky. And then exhale, stay here. One more breath like this. Exhale, release. We're going to take our hands forward in front of us and then start to drop our bum back behind us onto the ground. You can stay like this. We're going to take our left hand onto that shin, that right shin. Lift your right hand to the sky and then flex your back toes and lean over with the right hand towards the toes. Keep your right shoulder pulled backwards. We're trying to open our chest up towards the sky, looking up underneath the arm, breathing into our right side body. Inhale, let's lift ourselves back up, and then turning towards the back of our mat. Just bring your right foot into the inside of your left leg. So really facing the back of your mat this time as we find our head to knee pose. So our left leg is directly in front of our body. Take your breath in, lift up through your heart. Take your breath out, fold forward over your left leg. Each time we breathe in, bring your heart space towards the left toes. And then exhale, release and fold forward over that left leg. When you feel ready, walk your hands back towards you, lift yourself back up, cross your legs, come onto your knees, move your way into tabletop position, and then let's do those poses on the other side so we end up facing the front of our mat again. We're going to bring our left foot towards the outside of our left hand, coming into our lizard. So take your right knee off the ground, tuck your toes, lift your heart space, inhale, drop your hips, exhale. And then turn your left toes towards the back right corner of your mat. Turn your back toes, so the right foot, towards the front of your mat so that you end up with your hips facing in the direction of the left side of your mat, and then start to drop your hips down to the ground into your Skandasana on this side. You can always sit underneath or pop a block or pop a bolster underneath your sit bones if that's more comfortable. And then we're bringing our left arm towards the inside of that left knee, towards the back of our mat. Inhale, right hand lifts towards the sky. Exhale, stay here. So trying to turn our chest up towards the ceiling, pulling our right shoulder back as we go. And then drop your right hand to the ground, reach the hands forward in front of your hips. If you were sitting on anything, just push it back behind you. Sit your bum down towards the ground. Bring your right hand this time onto your left shin. Lift your left hand to the sky, take a breath in, and then exhale, flex the right toes, lean over with the left hand towards the toes. We're turning our chest towards the sky, pulling our left shoulder back here. One more breath. And then coming all the way back up. Turn to face the front of your mat. Bring your left foot towards the inside of your right inner thigh. And then take a breath in first. On the exhale, fold forward. So heart space coming towards the toes as you breathe in. Tummy and chest coming down towards that right leg. You can have a bend in your right knee. And then inhale, walk your hands back towards you. Bend your knees, bring the knees into your chest as you roll down onto your backs. And then just massage your back body, moving your knees from left to right, right to left, even around in a circular motion. And then just starting to drop your feet down towards the ground. Take your knees, take your feet out hip-width distance apart. Have your bolster somewhere nearby. We're gonna finish in supported bridge pose. So you can start to lift your hips towards the sky. Take your bolster underneath that lower back area that was on the mat a few moments ago. And then option to keep your knees bent, or maybe it feels comfortable to straighten the legs. Finding a position that feels good in your body, closing down your eyes. We'll stay here. So relaxing your shoulders down into the ground, maybe noticing your facial muscles. Can you relax them a little bit more? And you can adjust the height of your bolster, adjust the height of your block in a way that feels comfortable, that you can breathe properly. If you feel like there's a lot of blood or pressure moving towards the head, just take something, another support that's less high off the ground, maybe a cushion or 2 cushions. Just allow your back to come onto that instead. So the idea behind this pose is that we're opening our chest, opening our hips, opening the front of the legs. When you feel ready, if you've got your legs straight, just start to bend them again. Then engage your glutes, lift your hips off your bolster or off your prop, move the prop to the side, and then bring your knees one more time into your chest. Rock from side to side. Straighten your left leg, keep your right knee bent. Open your right arm out to the side, breathing in first, and then exhale, draw the knee across the body towards the left side of your mat. Inhale, come back to center. Right leg straightens this time as your left knee bends. Open your left arm, and then on your exhale, guide the left knee across the body towards the right side of your mat. Just take your time with this. Allow space to be created with time, with your breath. And then inhale, bring the knees back to center. Drop your feet on the floor, take a blanket over you, get nice and cozy for your Shavasana. Maybe a bolster is going underneath the knees, maybe a cushion underneath your head. If you've got an eye pillow, take that over you as well. So feeling warm and cozy and just ready to relax, integrate your resting pose.
Shavasana is corpse pose, and it's a real yin posture. So yin being the feminine energy, this stillness, this presence, this calmness, this quietness. And it allows us to bring balance into our practice. So there can be no yin without yang, or vice versa, and our body is always striving, our energetic body, our physical body, everything inside us is always striving for creating that harmony between the two energies. So we can't always be still. We also need to take action and get things done. Planning, organization, heat, speed. These are all attributes of our yang energy. And then peacefulness and quiet and calm and grounding. These are all attributes of our yin energy. So this is what Shavasana is all about, just embracing and bringing ourselves back into this idea of balance, so that we can go back into our day feeling like we're on cloud 9, harmony, strong, yet soft. So allow yourself to relax even more into the ground. We'll stay here for about 10 more breaths. So if you feel like it, you can keep your mind in this room, on your mat, by counting the breaths. So breathing in for 10 and out. Inhale for 9. Keep going until you arrive at 1. So we're just starting to deepen our breath. Bring some movement into your fingers, into your toes. You can move your head from side to side if you feel like it. Stretch through the whole body. And then start to roll over onto your side. Spending a moment here, maybe rubbing your arms, giving yourself a little hug. Kiss your shoulder if you can reach, or blow it a kiss. And then let's start to come up into our seated position. If you opened your eyes, just closing them back down again. Bring your palms together in front of your chest. Take a breath in. Exhale, drop your head down towards your hands. Thank yourself for practicing today, the people with you practicing through the internet, through the sphere, through the ether, and your space you get to practice in, your beautiful props, if you're using any props, your mat, and the practice of yoga. Blink your eyes open, raise your gaze. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed today's practice. Leave some feedback in the box below if you did, and I look forward to practicing again with you in the future. Thanks so much.